What's going on, everybody? I am excited that you guys stopped in. Sorry about that. You guys stopped by and watched me, do my thing or whatever. Headphones and fell on the camera. But I was trying to get a different angle. Um, the lighting situation is not that great right now. Just hope everything is good. But I just appreciate you guys for joining me. It's another Art of Sound show. I do this every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Today's subject, we are diving into the mix of the drums, and I'm using Studio One 3. All right. Before I dive in, I want to tell you guys about the new course that, well, it's not new anymore, but um, it happens to be the first one and the only one that I put out so far. Is the Art of Sound University. It's a course that I put out. It's called How to Produce a Song. All right. And in this course, I provide just basic information for the basic or the beginner intermediate music producer who wants to learn, and um, you know a few techniques and different things like that. um, and it's also good for the advanced user. So it's not only for beginner, but if the advanced user can find some type of benefits from this, then absolutely, it'll work for you as well. In this course, I'm using Logic Pro X. So, but it's not geared towards. I mean, if you're a Logic Pro user, then it's great, because you can just follow along. But the concepts that I'm sharing is not geared towards the Logic Pro user, if you understand what I mean. It's geared towards anyone who's doing music in any DAW that you choose to use. So that's the whole thing behind that. All right. So we streaming live from the sound box. That's what I call it. Some of you guys that been following me for a while did not join me last week when I started back up, but this week I'm doing it again. And the first thing you will notice is the setup. The setup is a lot smaller. There's a black desk. I just picked this up at Walmart right quick, just condensing in this small space that I have right now currently. The bigger space that I have that I want to move into next is being currently renovated, and you know, I'll let you guys know how that's going. But I had to condense everything down. But just to show you guys, you don't need a whole, you don't need a lot of space to do your thing. So anyway, inside of Studio One 3, we're gonna break this song down. This is a song that I'm mixing for GMT Gospel Multi Tracks, which is uh, a wonderful partnership that I am involved in with Justin Dudley and John Mike. Those two other brothers that I am in partnership with Gospel Multi Tracks. We also are proud partners of Loop Community as well. And all together as a team, we just we try to record great music, and basically what we do is re-record um, the actual stems to the actual record and reproduce them. All right, and we have the licensing to do so. So it's not like we stealing, just in case anyone was like, that's you can't do that. Yeah, we have permission from the labels and different things like that. So everything is in place. So just before anybody just go ballistic or whatever. But what I will be showing you guys is reproduce stems. All right, they were recorded in a awesome studio but they need mixing. You know what I mean? You can mix something, well, you can record something and it sounds great, but the the process that takes place after that is the mixing process. All right, you got to be able to balance everything, and I feel like the topic today is mixing drums. All right, mixing drums, um, to me, in my opinion, it's something that it's the heart of the song. All right, so if your drums is mixed properly, that is what will make your song a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like your song could be awesome, but if the drums are not punching like they supposed to, it can lack that, that power, that atmosphere that it needs. You know what I mean? Like, because the drums is, I feel like, the most important part of the song. So usually that's something I tackle first, not because I'm a drummer, but I happen to be a drummer. But I do know that might be the reason why I tackle the mix that way first. But I say it depends when you mixing the song. It depends on several. It just depends. There are several mix engineers that mix differently from me. All right, there are several ways to mix, and I just think that a lot of times it really depends on the song. What is the first thing, like, yeah, it would be the first thing that it just really depends on the song. I'll just put it like that. All the time you want to hear the vocals if there are any in the song, but I just feel like it's just depending on the style of the song, because sometimes you may have to tackle the vocals first, get the mix on the vocals right, and then mix the music around it. You know what I'm saying? I have done projects like that several times. Um, but it just depends. But for something like this, there is no vocals in this song, so I'm tackling the drums, and usually I tackle the drums first on any project. But sometimes the vocals need to be, it just depends on what's the focal point. Let's just put it like that, the focal point. But most of the times it's drums, because drums has to be solid. All right. So I'm going to share with you guys my screen. And as I move forward, I apologize if when I'm doing what I'm doing, you see the back of my head. I was trying to get a good camera angle, and the lighting, and I need to check to see if I'm okay. The lighting's still good, cool. Um, but I want to dive into this here, and because this is a live event, this is a live show streaming from the Soundbox. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask your questions, and I'll answer them the best way I know how. I do not proclaim to be the best mix engineer. In fact, I don't proclaim to be a mix engineer. It's just one of those things that I have to do, um, because there were several mix engineers I took my projects to, and it didn't come out to the way I wanted to. So, this was years back. I mean, and then I also learned how to mix years ago. But I I'm a music producer. I'm a music composer. My thing is, I would love to just be creative and do my thing in that regard, and allow the mix engineer, to do their job, and just take my stuff to them, and just boom, do their thing after I, do what I do. But um, a lot of times I don't get what I'm looking for, so I'm forced to do, to mix on my own, and I have been doing it like this for so long, and so you know I sit in this chair of mixing or whatever. Anyway, enough about that. Um, basically, let's switch the screen here. Some of the things I like to do first, and this is inside of Studio One. All right, let's see if I can share you guys my desktop. All right, this is inside of Studio One 3. Okay, now some of the things that I like to do first, And this is basically a session that was recorded, I believe in Pro Tools or Logic, and I just um, took all of the WAV files and imported them here. But when they come in, they come all over the place. All right, so some of the things I like to do is get all the drums together, and I'll move this to the top. Um, we have a drum track here that I did like a year ago, and amazed as to how good it still sounds. We got the overheads here. We're gonna put that there. Hi-hat there. This 808 snare here. We're gonna bring down because we're gonna make another folder or separate folder actually for all of the electronic instrument, and then um, we're gonna make a folder for the drums by itself. So here's the snare. Both of my snares is actually it's three snares actually. So we can move that to the top. Bass drum. All right. All right. As you can see, just right off the bat, you notice that the waveforms are, if you pay attention to the waveforms, you notice right off the back that some instruments were recorded a little hotter than others and some not enough. And I would say the drums did not record. I usually don't see this for a GMT project, but I'll have to process this a little differently. Just looking at and because I've been doing this for so long, you can just look at waves and tell what you need to do. So um, just want to make sure that, okay, here's another shaker down here that goes with here's my ride, which is a part of the overhead. And what I will end up doing is the clap. I may have to relabel some of these tracks to help me um, identify them a lot better. It's the organ. This is a drum stem. Oh, this was two tracked. We're gonna solo this and see what this sound like. Don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's a little low. But anyway, I've opened this session before, and everything was at Unity Gain. And the thing that I like to do before I start anything is I like to select everything and just bring it down. And that's probably why it's sort of low. I'll bring everything down because I do not want anything peaking at zero or whatever. I like everything to be below. And usually when I need a boost on something, I usually put a compressor there to boost it. I don't like, I'll move the faders depending on what I'm trying to do, but I try not going past zero, like way up here, plus 10, plus 6, whatever. That's not my style. I like to keep everything below zero, and I say the best way to get a balance is just if you need to boost something and you feel like you going or approaching the zero, the unity gain line or whatever, the best way, in my opinion, to attack that will be to just bring everything else down. You know what I mean? And instead of just keep boosting one thing. So I'm gonna bring this one in. This is actually the stereo, the two-track drum, and actually we're gonna mute that because actually we can use that as a room. That's what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna mute it for right now, and I'm gonna just relabel that as room. This one is kick. Snare, bottom, snare. Okay, I'm gonna listen to these things and kind of attack them as we go along. I also like using presets to help me speed through my workflow as well. So, and these are presets that I made myself using some of the stock plugins as well as some Wave plugins. I love Wave plugins because it gives me what I'm looking for. Um, it does the job. It does the job. So let's see. So it looks like I have everything kind of rearranged like I like it. I'm just double checking. So the first thing inside of Studio One, you know, I like to group everything. All right. I am used to working inside of Logic Pro X, but switched over to Studio One because I felt like it was a little faster, in my opinion. It's a little faster to work in. So some of the first things I like to do is just grab everything right quick. Let's see. And I'll just right click on it, pack it in a folder, tucked it away. All right. And if we go to the mix screen, this is pretty cool. But if you guys are not experiencing this, what we seeing now, that's because you don't have your your link expand collapse of folder tracks with show and hide. You don't have this checked off. You have to have that checked off in order to see what what I'm doing here. That's something I had to learn because I was like, man, I packed it in the folder in the range window, but nothing is happening in the mix window. So that was kind of crazy to me. Like, man, So so I tucked it away, and we're gonna just relabel this as drums. All right, and it's very essential. In most of my videos, I'm always talking about labeling your stuff because it's I feel like it's just better that way. It helps you, or organize and identify stuff a lot better. So by me relabeling it, the folder, the folder is now called drums, right? But I'm getting ready to turn it into a bus folder. So all I'm gonna do here is say add bus channel. Now this is a folder that has control now. Before there wasn't any control down here. You couldn't do this. You couldn't, um, adjust your volume up and down or mute the whole group, solo the whole group. You couldn't do that before. But when I switched over to and added a bus channel, now it's actually bus. It's almost like track stacks inside of Logic Pro because I love track stacks. That was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing because it was a folder, the advanced one, not the basic one, but the advanced track stacks. It allow you to group multiple things at once and attach a bus or auxiliary channel along with it. So cool. So we achieved that, and I can also what I love. This is some of the things that I love most about Studio One 3 is it's not a big deal, but I just thought it was pretty cool how I could just click down here and just change the color. All right, I could change the color of this whole group. I'm trying to find a cool color, something unique. No, that's not unique to me. How about yellow? Uh, okay, I promise the next one gonna be it. No, that's not it. Cause these are drums. It's gotta be special. All right, let's go with that purple. All right, lavender, whatever you want to call it. So if I was to expand and I could do it here, click this button down here, it makes all of my tracks purple, which is awesome. I can also go in and color one that I feel like is different from. It's no problem, which is cool, not a problem. All right, so that's cool. I do want to identify these snares here so I could properly label. It's got this is one time before I mixed this stuff here, and there was a duplicate here, so I just want to make sure that that's not the issue here. Because if you got duplicates, you're going to experience some phasing issues, and that's not something. We're going to turn that up so we hear it. Hmm. So this is the top. Bottom. Okay. So the body. Give me that smack. Okay, cool. All right. So we have several mics on the snare. Okay, to give me a nice tone. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see what this is. The hi-hat. The thing with hi-hat mics, it picks up a lot of snare and other things. All of the mics are bleeding, but all right. So I'm muting everything just to make sure I got all of the drums. Make sure I don't have anything other drums. Now the next thing I'm going to do is going to identify the loop track or the click track, as some people call it. This is the shaker. As a matter of fact, let's close this. And this is the reason why you have folders, just to close it to make some sense out of everything. You got the shaker, 808 clap, snare, clap. Okay, cool. Click track. So we're gonna move this up here. And I'm just checking to make sure I got everything. And even if I don't have everything, once I create the folder, I can always go and grab that channel or the track and just move it up in the folder, which is no problem. So we're gonna take these and make a folder out of this, and I like to call it loop. So that's the name we're gonna give it, and we're gonna create a bus channel for this. So now we have, as you can see, this popped up down here, and we're going to give this a color. Cool, that works. Actually, that's a color of another one inside. So we're just gonna, I don't know, that's cool. It ain't taking me long to figure out what color I want to color that. So I'm getting better. All right, so okay, cool. Sound like I have everything. Okay, cool. The rest of the stuff, I'll just kind of keep it low just to give me a perspective of what's going on in this area. But yeah, we're just gonna keep it low for right now, and I'll get to this later. But for right now, we're gonna start mixing on these drums, and just for me, I'm just T1, T2, T3. You can label these tracks however you need to, but this is just to help me. It's just simpler that way that I kind of abbreviate. Actually, I feel like the rad should be the room to be honest, because I think, yeah, this mic picked up the room a whole lot better to me, in my opinion. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. I don't want to like just going on and on and on and on, and you guys can't hear me. If someone can tell me, I trust that you guys hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. But you know, if you guys got any questions, feel hey, feel free. This is what this is for. I'm just kind of doing some things, setting up everything, and uh, again, visit the website ksound.com/ASU. I forgot to tell y'all that actually early in the video, but I have a course, how to produce a song. I'm working on another course. I'm releasing one pretty soon, and I'm also working on releasing a drum kit or instrument kit or whatever in the future, coming soon. You know, some things I like to do when I'm working on production. Um, I don't just take what's given to me. I always have to tweak stuff, and a lot of people ask me like, "Man, where you find that at?" I don't know, and it's kind of hard to explain that to them because it's like I take different things from different sources, or I get into sound design, my own sound and things like that, and I feel it's time to share that with you guys, um, and hope for support. But we're gonna keep it moving again. This is the Art of Sound show. All right, we're doing this every Thursday at 12 p.m. and we're going to keep it moving. The next segment of the drums. If you guys have any questions, please feel free. You can ask questions, and if you're on YouTube, um, there should be like a link on the bottom right, no, bottom left, and you just click on that, and then they'll take you to the area where you can ask questions. You can do this on your mobile phone. If you're in the event, the Google Plus event, you can do that as well. However, a lot of times I'll have people visiting the actual YouTube and ask questions, and I miss those questions. So I'm going to check to see, make sure that I don't have any questions on the actual video itself, because I don't want to miss anything. Um, so just give me a second. I'm not going to be long. I'll have, all right. Okay. So I just confirmed myself that I am heard, because I just heard myself. Cool, cool, cool. So, all right. So we're gonna just we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue and change my screen. All right. So basically, we just we've arranged all the drums. We got the loop in a section. So we're gonna go ahead and take a stab at this. All right. So we're gonna be somewhere down here. And if I didn't let you guys know what song this was, this is "I Love You" by Jonathan McReynolds. So we're gonna bring that down some because it's gonna get pretty loud. All right. So first things first, I've already set presets for GMT stuff. Normally when I get this stuff, and as a matter of fact, I'm just thinking because I've kind of had some presets from another session that I didn't save, but we're gonna go ahead. So we're gonna bring this in here. And the thing I love about Studio One 3 is how you can just, resize this area right here, and you can see all of the plugins you have, which is pretty cool. I think that's brilliant. Actually, gives you more customization. So snare. And we're just gonna bring in these presets just so the plugins are there, so I don't have to spend a lot of time bringing in the plugins or whatever. I could do it from the scratch, but actually I am going to be, because these presets are just what I'm starting off with. But I'm going to have to go in and change some things around anyway. So we still got a good show going on. 2, we're gonna make this 2 as well. We got 4 times instead of 3. This is the overhead. So it's basically what I'm showing you guys now is just the idea of okay, I'm not gonna put it in preset there because I'm gonna end up changing this here. The idea is to work fast as possible, right? So you go in and you set your presets and you just pull them up every time you need them. Boom, you're done, right? Not quite, because I have to go in. What I did was I gave myself a nice starting point. So all right, so we're gonna start off with kick. There's a nasty frequency here. So what I'm doing is I'm exaggerating the frequency that I hear, and then I'm gonna cut it out. Here we go. Before, hear that little ring, and we just cut it out. All right. So I love working with the API because it gives it like a warmth. So I like working with a preset here as well. The cool thing about this is you can actually adjust some things from this little preview right here. But it's just quick on the fly type thing here. But I actually need to come inside the plugin itself and do some adjustments. So I want to make this punch a little harder. And something I want to do because this is one thing that I don't like about Studio One that bothers me. Maybe someone can show me how to do this, but when you click on a channel, it always wants to go to this this input monitoring, and so it almost rather show me that instead of as I'm mixing right now, mixing right now, and I want to see the meters, you know. So I had to switch all of the inputs to none. Um, yeah. So, but anyway, all right, we can turn it back down. Sounds good so far. So let's get the snare in. Sound like it smacks good enough so far. So that's the top snare. Let's bring this in. Now on one of these mics, it sounds like it's too close to the snare. Okay. Now here's another trick that I like to do when working with drums. Um, because I need to export everything out as stems. I like working with bus, like an effects channel, right? I don't like putting all the effects on the drums, whatever. And especially in this instance, I need that stereo reverb. So what I will do here is I will no, I wouldn't do it from here. I would actually any other time I'll send from the bus channel to an effects channel. It's almost like bus to bus or whatever. But because I don't want my kick to be affected with the reverb, I'll come here first, and I'll send it to an effects channel, and we're gonna label this here reverb, and we're gonna put a reverb on here. I had a preset for this, but okay. Now this is a room reverb here by Studio One 3. I love using this here. It sounds pretty decent to me. But what I would do is this is the trick because inside of Studio One 3, when bouncing all of the stems out, I don't want to bounce the verb channel because it will bounce the verb channel. All right. I want this to be processed on the drum. So what I would end up doing is I would end up feeding this right back into the drums. So it's like a I guess it would be like a circumference. I got the effects here sent to here to my effects channel, and then my effects channel is feeding into my main bus drum channel. And the reason for that is when I bounce down the drums, I'm not going to bounce them down individually. I'm going to bounce this here as my drum, my stereo 2-track here. That way the reverb is on this channel as well. And that's kind of how I have to do it inside the Studio One 3, to avoid putting a reverb. I could put a reverb on here on this channel here, but I don't want my kick to be reverb. I want everything else to be, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I have to do that. Kind of hear a little of the ambience like that. So we're gonna just take this and just go across here. And the good thing about this is it's almost like I'm putting an effect on each channel, but I'm not. I'm just sending them all, which is not doing anything as far as the CPU. It's just sending. So now I got that, that stereo. It just sound like let's add the hats in. I'm going to go with let's remove this, and I can just pull a EQ from somewhere else. Let's go with default. Feel like a little heel here. Kind of pan it off a little bit to the right. Get these toms in. So we're going to go to a section where it's tom heavy. Right here. Sound like something cut off somewhere. All right. Now, because this is a preset, it's not going to give me what I'm looking for right off the bat. All right. And I'm not going to use effect. I don't want to use it for what I'm trying to do. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's go. And how I have this, it's like this. Let's see. Sounds good. There's a little a ring frequency in there, but it's not terrible. So I can leave it there. So because it's 4 times, now this mic is picking up more than it needs to, and that's because of this compressor. Let's see. That's how I want it. See, these presets worked for another, you know, the other drums. This one's with this drums. These drums were recorded at a different studio, so you know everything's a little different. So it seems like the API is working. API 550A. And then we're gonna, it's the last time right here. Now the overheads are the mics that pick up the entire drums above it. So it's really geared towards catching the cymbals, all the cymbals. So usually it's just pan right and left, not hard left or hard right, just, you know, just enough to give it that width. So we're gonna pan this a little bit right here. I could add that in there. Actually, I'm going to treat this as a parallel compression and just turn the compression all the way up and see what result we get from that since it's here. Gonna turn this all the way up. Yeah, we're gonna smack it. Smash to death. But actually, he has everything reversed. The low time is over here on the left. So that might work. That might not work. punchy, but we're not gonna, because I like to mix master a certain way. So we're just gonna totally not use that. All right. So the next thing is I like to, and I'm not. There's a preset for this one, but I'm just gonna go and add everything manually, individually. What I like using here is I'm gonna just type it in. Is the Kramer tape plugin for, it's actually effects. I feel like this plugin here is what gives me stereo warmth, thickness. You just heard the drums. All right, let's mute that. I mean bypass. All right, now let's bring it in. Well, let's bring in this preset first. So I like to use the it's a open, clean, soft compression here. There's some sound like there was a gate on these drums before, because I hear clicks and clips. All right, bypass. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add this Pro EQ, and you know, basic stock plugin. It works for me. It's great. We're gonna add some high end on the overhead. Gonna copy that over. Put that back. That's a little more high end for it. Okay, let me see if I can find that issue, because I'm hearing this. Okay, sound like it was that. And if you need to see the wave a little more, there's this little button down here, and you can just zoom in like that, which is cool. That right there is bothering me. It's like a little, if we could zoom in here. Let's see if we can pinpoint it. Right here, it was like something was clipped or chopped or trying to clean up something, and it didn't quite clean completely. So we're gonna just take that right there. And we're gonna try to take that out of there. And let's let's do that again because I came in a little bit too close. So we're gonna do like this here, just like that. We just want that. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I got the whole region selected. Wait, here we go. No, that's too much. Okay, that'll work. So we're gonna just delete that there, and we're gonna kind of create a little fade in here, just so it won't clip. So when you're dealing with audio, you don't want to. So let's take a listen to that. Much better, much better. Yep, 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 yep. And then to me, it seemed as though this snare hit right here was um somehow, I don't know, it that bothers me. So we're gonna just actually we're gonna just cut that. We'll cut that right there, and we're gonna move that like that. So I don't know. I don't want to say or blame anybody, but the editing wasn't precise here. So usually for something like this, um, good thing about this here, I can select all these regions here all at once and add a crossfade. I like that. That's pretty cool. Now those are flams. That's supposed to be right there. That was meant. I can see that. You can actually see it in the waves here. But here, um, this is one snare hit, and it just didn't line up with everything else properly. So all right, another plugin I love is the 3A. The 3A, just to get the drums like right there. And I really don't have to do much to the plugin because it gives me that, like it puts it glues it right there. All right, let's see if we have any questions. No questions. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That means you guys are just pretty much just sitting back watching or whatever. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free. Let me know about your questions, and I will try to answer your questions. Um, I'm mixing drums right now here inside of Studio 13, and started out using presets, and those presets end up just being a great start off point. But I had to go in and kind of tweak some things to bring the drums to where I need to, and just working between Studio 13 stock plugins and um, Wave plugins. All right. Um, Again, I want to mention to you guys, visit the website and check out the some of the things I have on there. I'm blogging a whole lot. I have a lot of things going on or whatever. Um, some things I got going on in the future. I want y'all to go to the website, www.ksound.com, and sign up. Subscribe to the email list. Make sure you do that. Make sure you visit the my Art of Sound page on there, ksound.com/ASU. And there's actually a link on the website. You visit that, check out the course I have available. It's only $14.99 at the moment. All right. So it's really $20, but I'm giving everybody a discount. All right. It's 25% discount if you go and get that. All you gotta do is share it. If you don't want to share it, pay $20. But if you share it, you get 25% off and get it for $15. And I have 7 videos available in there, and I'm just kind of breaking things down, how to produce a song. All right. So if you guys want to check that out, please do so. Support me. I appreciate it. All right. It's already been an hour, and I believe I have the drums where I am satisfied, and I can go ahead and start putting the mix on all the other instruments. So I can bring the bass in. And so the thing with the bass, when you bring it in the bass, you don't want it to clash with the bass drum. All right. Um, we like bass. We want it to thump. We want it to kick and punch, whatever. But you want to be careful when you got the kick and the bass. So it's like, um, when I add the bass in, I don't want it too thin, but I have it sitting like right there. I kind of do a low cut um, on this EQ right here. The low cut 9 to probably around 42 hertz. No, 40.2, give or take. It just depends. All right. Um, all right. So let's not forget the loop. Got to bring the loop in and kind of do like a little mix on that, just making sure that everything is sitting. Now on this here, what I would do is add a add reverb onto this here on the loop itself. Now this is the instance where I'll send this completely to the reverb and just turn it down some. Just kind of give it a. Actually, I can't hear the reverb. Like, what is going on? No, I'm not going to send it there because this reverb is specifically for the drum. So what I'm going to do here is um, we're going to send this to another somewhere else. All right, so we're going to just add another effects, and we're going to remove this here, This effects right here is gonna be um it's gonna be the same thing, but I guess I can call it reverb too. Should give it a better name to identify it a lot better. But for right now, and I'm going to give it this reverb, but I'm going to change the setting on here. We just want to play around and see what we can get. All right, it's too much. Let's see. That might work. And I have to do the same with this here. Kind of feed it right back into the bus here. So we're going to feed this right on back to should give me an option to feed it right back into the loop here. Oh, no, wait a sec. Okay. For a second, I thought I didn't have it set up right, but yeah, I'm not sure why I can't see the loop here. So I was able to. Oh, okay. I think I see what's going on a little bit. Somehow this here is not giving me the option to route it, but this one gives me the option to route it back to the loop. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure this out later because I don't really know. But basically, I need to um, get this to reroute because, like I said before, I need to bounce this out. When I bounce this out, I don't want it to bounce out a separate reverb here. I want everything to come already. Yeah, it's not. For some reason, it's not giving me that option. Something I'm not doing right. But anyway, don't care for that reverb setting. Yeah, that might work right there. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming together pretty cool. So I have a preset for some everything actually. So we just gonna go ahead and bring this in, and I would have been done with this, but because I was just kind of explaining some things here and there. Even though the EP sounds, the electric piano sounds pretty good the way it is now, I kind of like to always bring in a chorus to kind of make it a little bit more wider. That's just something, a habit. I it's a habit. It just sounds better to me. So um, I like using the micro shift here, kind of give me what I'm looking for as far as that width. Yeah, there you go. Yes, yes. And I have a preset for the organ as well. And so basically, it's an EQ. Kind of boost the mid range here a little bit. And there's a reverb on here as well to kind of bring it up in the mix. Actually, this reverb is mono. It's not giving me that wide sound that I'm looking for. So, um, but yeah. And the pad is, and you know what I'm gonna do to this too. I'm gonna add the micro shift over there as well, make it a little thicker. I like to call this rolls actually. So the strings with this as well. What we're gonna call this? Ah, this was already stamped together. So it's like an EP and a string. Or pad. Yeah, no, that's not a string. That's like a pad. I'm just gonna do it like that. this is here. All right, we're gonna put let's see, what can we hear? We're gonna grab this reverb from here. Yep. It's almost like it's clashing a little bit because it got these other roads and EPs going, and so some EQ will probably work. Yep. So sometimes you got to play with frequencies to find where it should live in the mix, just to prevent it from clashing somehow. So can't forget about him over there. Just so I'm gonna grab. This is a acoustic. It's not lead, it's solo. All right. Now, because it's a acoustic, I'm gonna just take this one here. See how easy that was? Just to copy, just grab on top of here, and just grab it over, and then just copy it right here. So what I did was I did a low cut because it was like it was piercing the low end around like 100. Well, I wouldn't say 100 hertz right here. I probably would say 80 hertz here. Let's do a finer. Let's see. So probably like maybe 58. And because it's the solo, I like to use on this replica by Native Instruments. It's a delay that I love using. I'm just gonna slap that on there and kind of turn down the mix. Kind of give it a interesting, yeah. All right, so let's bring this mix back a little bit further and see what's going on. Need some more reverb on this here. All right. I think I did all I could do right now. I'll continue working on this, but don't want to continue boring you guys. I spent a lot of time. Didn't realize. Didn't realize how long I was going. I try to keep these sessions about an hour long, but um, kind of went over. But I don't see any questions. That means that I was doing stuff that you guys were just watching, because I see you guys on here. You know, I see you guys. But anyway, remember, check out the website, um, www.ksound.com. That's KSOUNDD. Check me out. I'm always blogging. Like I say, check out the course I have available on there. Um, this YouTube channel, feel free, subscribe. I'll be doing this every Thursday. All right. So, as I always say, music is art. You're the artist. Paint your picture. And I'm mad.